Hello and welcome to the Dutching channel. It's Saturday the 13th of April 2024, just gone 10:30 in the morning, and it's Grand National Day. So if you want to watch a video on that and selections, I've posted one for that particular race. Then I've also put up the card at Chelmsford because that was a 10 o'clock kickoff this morning. Then I uploaded Aintree for people that are interested in the whole meeting. Then I uploaded Chepstow. That's another meeting there. Then I uploaded Newcastle. And now we're going to do Yarmouth. And the last one after this will be Wolverhampton. So I've been a busy boy trying to get all the form together and the races that we're going to be betting in today. And as you can see from the top there, that it's an 8-race card at Yarmouth, but I'm only betting on 7 out of those 8. And this is a system with a little bit of a twist now, because I was looking at trying to get rid of a lot of these short price bets, because when you work out the percentages and the win rate and everything else, more of these end up losing than winning, even though you think 2 to 1 on, 4 to 6, whatever else should be winning easily, they don't. And it takes a lot out of our bank, if you know what I mean, when I was doing the Dutch inside of it. You know, you made one of them favourite, you could only put £50 straight on that, and that was your only bet. So I've slightly changed it. It has been winning consistently. So if you've not seen those videos, you want to go back and watch them. But what I'm going to do with this first race is I'm going to show you how the system works. All right, I'm not going to do it on them all because it would take over a couple of hours to just do the one meeting, especially at Yarmouth when we're betting on 7 races. So I'll show you the first race and then the rest you can work out for yourself. So we're going to go into my sheet here with the 340. 12 now go to the post. There is a non-runner, which happens to be my number 1 selection. But you don't need number 1 selections anymore, even though I would say that Deed Poll now is still my top rated. If you're used to these spreadsheets, in column Z here, we have something called MySP. And to get to that MySP, you've got to have form on the horses. So when I say I don't bet in these kind of races because the horse hasn't seen the track before, or it's only running point to points, they don't give me the form figures that I need. So in this way, you can see all the ratings. They're all in descending order, and they all give me an SP. Well, I think they should be in the betting. Now, a lot of these are not going to be anywhere near what they are really. This is just for my own benefit. So what we're going to do, how do we choose a value bet? So the way we're going to do that is, first of all, we're going to go into Matchbook and we're going to look at Deed Poll. We'll do it in the order I've got them. Doesn't really matter. And Deed Poll there, as you can see, is trading at 13 presently. So we put 13 in the usual column. And what this tells us now is that Deed Poll, I think, should be 6.68. Now, because it's 13, that tells me that price somewhere else is a lot bigger. So this becomes a value bet because it's not under what I suggested it should be, is over. So the figure again that we normally use is £7.69. Stake would return us £100. But for every bet we have in this race, it will return £100. There will be no half bets, or if we've only got £10, that's all we can put on the next selection. It was quite difficult for a lot of people to grasp it. So every bet that you do will return you £100, and you won't be betting just the top few selections. This could be the bottom selection. It could be anyone in the race. As long as they have a higher SP than what I estimate, then that will be a bet. So we'll start now again with the second one I've got here, Fast Flow. And Fast Flow, this is currently 38. So again, I've got 8.66 to what I think the horse should be. And they go, no, it's 38. And you jump on again, you go, yeah, I'll take some of that. £2.63 gets us £100 return. And our third selection is Handle. So we look for Handle, and there it is at 4.8. Now this is a different scenario now, because we think it should be 8.79, and it's a lot under. It's 4.8. So where they say you would need stakes of £20.83, this won't be a bet at all. So we just delete that off there, because the price in the A-B column is less than the Z column. All right. So if it's higher, it's a bet. If it's lower, it's not a bet. Now, number 4 here, or our number 4, is Foguer. And they've got this one in at 5.5. And again, when you look, I think it should be 9.35. They're offering us lower, so that won't be happening. Then we're going to look at LJT. And LJT, this one is currently 28. And if you look at the MySP box, you will see that I estimate that should be 11.84. So 28 becomes a bet, because it's bigger in the AB column. £3.57 would return us £100. Then our next one down is Cat Star, and Cat Star is currently 22. We've estimated it at 12.20, so yet again, this is going to be a bet. So £4.55 would return us £100. In number 7 there, we've got Glen Calvi, and Glen Calvi, that's trading at 9.8. We've got 12.53. So again, this is under, not over. So that becomes a no bet. But don't forget, I'm in the morning here. And if this doesn't kick off till 20 to 4 this afternoon, these markets can change considerably. So that there could easily move 3 points out. So that could yet become a bet. But at the moment, we're taking it, we are just approaching the off, and these are going to be the prices. So number 8 here, I've got Maruna. And Maruna, this is now at 32. Now, 14.55 is what I think it should be, so another nice little bet. £3.13 returns £100. But of course, you've got to remember, the bigger the prices that you're betting, the less money you're staking. So whereas we were normally staking £50 a race to get 100 back, this could be a lot lower, but you are going to get potentially the slower horses maybe that won't win this race, but you can also get one that they forgot about that you made value. Bingo. You just don't know. Now here we've got Alibaba as our 9th selection, and Alibaba, that's currently trading at 5.6. Well, we've got 15.4 that we need that to be. So again, this is going to be a no bet. Then we've got Portoro, And Portoro, this is currently 13.5, but we've got 20.11, so again there'll be no value in that, and that won't be a bet. Then Premiership, and Premiership is 16.5 on Matchbook, and we make it 22.95, so no value again. And into the last selection, Street Storm, and Street Storm is the outsider at 110. We make it 24.09, so this becomes a bet. Remember, 91 pence on Betfair has to be a pound. Right, so at the bottom there in the grey box, you can see we've staked £22.47. We still have 6 out of the 12, but we're basically on a 4-to-1 shot, if not 9-to-2, that we should be able to win this race. So that gives you an idea on how we stake in this. It's pretty easy because all you got to look for is the horse, his price has got to be bigger than what you're laying it. And that's it. There's nothing else to it. But don't try and do this 2 or 3 minutes before the start of the race, because you won't get it done. If you've got 12 horses you need to look at, you better give yourself about 15 minutes. So that's our first race. I'm not going to be doing this every race. So the selection would still be Depot. This would still be the top rated horse for that race. Now we're going to go through the card and into our next betting race, which would be the 455. Let's Harbour would be our selection here. But again, if you was looking for the value, then you would put the prices in that they are now, and if they're bigger than what you've got in the MySP, then all you do is back the ones with the higher price. Then we'll move into the 5:30. We're given Stone Circle here, but again, if you want to have a look at the SPs on what I've given, you can easily take the video back, stop it, and you'll be able to watch what you want there. Then we've got the 6 o'clock at Yarmouth, Priscilla's Joy. That's my top selection in that one. And then in the 6:30, we've got Fengari. So, yep, Fengari is the top selection in that one, which I do make odds on, actually. That would mostly be one of my best bets of the day if I was doing the single bet. Then in the 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock at Yarmouth, our selection here is Northcliffe. But again, don't forget, the system with the value bets is working quite nicely at the moment. And we have to keep on testing that. And in the last race at Yarmouth, the 7:30, we got Alaf Dow. That's our top selection in that race. And now we're going to go over and look at the Grand National, the big race of the day. And there again, you can see what I've got. But you're going to need to start that race maybe 45 minutes before, because you've got 34 runners to go through. And our top selection here is Meeting of the Waters. Then I've got Nassalam, Marlin Mission I quite fancy, Korak Rambler, Cocoa Beach, Limerick Race, Panda Bay, or Boy even, Mr. Incredible, Capodanno, and that's your top 10 there. And that's the meeting done at Yarmouth. So as I said, all the other videos I'll put up at the moment for today's racing are there. I'm just now the last one is going to be Wolverhampton, which I'm going to do next. So happy punting for this afternoon, and I hope you find the Grand National winner.